Oh man, I hate that. I just had an MRI. Ugh. Well, I have terrible veins, and I just try to stay calm and cooperative and get through it. Okay. You know, I think I've decided, really, I'm going to just write about and talk about this big mystery that I haven't talked about in vlogging for something like 3 years on YouTube, about what it is I've been going through with this horrible, horrible employment situation for years and years and years. I'm disabled, and U.S. Social Security has verbally admitted that they owe me a huge amount of money in back disability and a small stipend even, and I paid into the system from ages 15 through 37, but I've also been told verbally, off the record, that I'm never going to see that money. You know, the reason my dossier keeps disappearing every few years is because that's what they do to people. You know, they just hope that you'll die or give up or move to another country to get a diagnosis and treatment, and that you'll go away. So I've been trying all kinds of things for many years over here to try to get something arranged so that I can work and survive. And I've had a lot of years over here where I've earned so little money and have lived in the most precarious circumstances imaginable. You know, people who visited me and seen me just really couldn't quite believe it. You know, they're like, what? You're surviving on how much money every month? You know, how much money every year? You have, you know, this is just not possible. How are you doing it? Let's just say I've become really good at things like gleaning, and I'm still here. But I've been working since the dot-com bubble burst in 2000. I was working in the legal profession here, and my employer lost a lot of business, and they had been really systematically horrible to female employees, and they were really trying to get rid of us, some of us, you know, to save money. And instead of just asking us to leave or telling us that we were probably going to be let go in the near future and we ought to start looking, they got real nasty about it, and the harassment continued to the point that it was in writing and it was sexual in nature. And I didn't do anything about it for a long time, and then when one of those dumb booklets came around from the home office about what to do if you're harassed at the workplace, I waited nearly 2 months. And then finally I showed it to them. I sent it to them and I said, is this what you're talking about? And they said, oh my God, yeah. And sure enough, I mean, I was history there immediately. I had to hire a lawyer and everything, and a very, very small settlement was reached. Because, I mean, obviously I had the proof there in writing, and it was really bad. And I wasn't the only victim. It was pretty much all of the female employees, particularly the legal secretaries. And I was a mergers and acquisitions assistant there. So because I fought and got a settlement, I was blacklisted from the legal profession here. So I got into English language training. And that has been a nightmare. And really what it is corruption and human trafficking and slavery. I mean, that's how bad it is. And they're all in on it, you know, the unions, the companies, you know, the employers. Obviously, some of the clients know what happens to these trainers who get hired and chewed up and spit out, and they really encourage a culture of abuse. And these people are psychos, and they encourage this. This is encouraged. This is the corporate culture. Not everywhere, but I can speak from personal experience about some pretty outstanding stuff. And the people who are at all levels who do this workplace abuse, breaking the law, having the laws changed to favor them or made more vague, etc. With all the corruption of the judges and the industrial doctors and the politicians and everything. Wow, I'm at a loss for words, actually. They don't realize, these people who either don't do anything or participate in this, that their turn will be next. They're just the henchmen, and at some point they're going to be chewed up and spit out just like the people they victimized. But they never seem to realize this. They always seem to think, oh, I've been here for 10 years, I've been here for 15 years, I'm sleeping with the boss, my position here is secure, they cannot get rid of me, I know too much. But, when le coup falls, when the axe falls. I met one guy who had a friend in England who had worked for one of these huge, famous language training companies. And he worked in one of the Arab countries, I don't remember which. He signed a work contract there, and what he was shown in English was not what he had signed in Arabic. And he didn't speak Arabic, he doesn't speak Arabic, he had no way to ascertain the nature of what he was signing. So he got stuck in this country for 3 years. They took away his passport, he couldn't leave. He had to pay back the training allowance to the employer. And after 3 years of slavery, he found himself back in England with £1,000 to his name and 2 little kids to take care of. And I would just say, if you think that this isn't going to affect you, wow, think again. Talk to everybody you work with professionally. I mean, really. And understand that a lot of them are going to be afraid to talk to you, and they might even stab you in the back for asking questions, but you have to do it. Try to get it out of them and to tell them what's really going on, because they're quiet, they're afraid, they're intimidated, and you don't want to endorse that, you don't want to support it. You think it doesn't affect you, it doesn't concern you, it's not your problem. You have a family, you have a mortgage, whatever, you have your reasons, you can't be bothered, you don't care, those people have it coming to them, whatever. Your day will come. And when it does, there's not going to be anyone there to defend you. No one's going to protect you. And you're going to know what I'm talking about. All right, see you later.